Good morning, students. So, in your last class, you have completed continuity, and in sequence, now we have to start differentiability. About differentiability, you have gone through in your previous class, that is in class 11. You have seen left hand derivative and right hand derivative, as well as first principle. And then you have done some of the basic problems of differentiation. But in class 12, you have to recall the differentiability, and then first principle also you have to use or some questions, but that is not very much important for you this year. The main thing is differentiability you are going to see, because in class 11 differentiation we have done, but differentiability we have not gone through it seriously. So this time you have to do differentiation, but before that we have to go for differentiability. So today's topic is differentiability. Differentiability. Let us try to understand what is the meaning of differentiation. Differentiability. Okay. So uh, in class 11th, definitely you have tried your level best, but let us recall all these things one by one. So let y equals to fx be a real valued function. Be a real valued function. Okay. Real valued function means the domain of the function will be the real number. Okay. A be a real number in domain of f. Okay. Now if you are going to change x by x plus delta x, that is very small change we are going to make in x. Consequently, there will be a change in y. The change will be y plus delta y. For a small change in x, say delta x, there will be a change in y. So let us suppose that this change is delta y. The same can be written as f of x plus delta x. Okay. The same can be written as f of x plus delta x. So can you find delta y? Delta y is y plus delta y minus y. In place of y plus delta y, you can write x plus delta x, and in place of y, this is f of x. So this is your delta y. Is it clear to you? Now, if you see this ratio delta y by delta x, so this is average rate of change in y with respect to change in x. This ratio is very important to understand. Whenever we say that this lambda delta x is tending towards 0, what is the meaning of tending towards 0? This value is very close, means x and x plus delta x, they are very close. In this condition, if you are going to find the limit of this ratio delta y by delta x, whenever delta x tends to 0, then this limit is known as differentiation of y with respect to x. Is it clear? This we have gone through in class 11th also. Now let us recall what is left hand derivative. left hand derivative at any point x. This was defined as limit h tends to 0 f of x minus h minus f of x upon h. Is it clear? So you must be knowing this, that this is the value f of a minus h minus fx, and this is divided by minus of h. Similarly, the right hand derivative we have defined at any point x as limit h tends to 0 f of x plus h minus f of x upon h. And whenever we find left hand derivative at x is equal to right hand derivative at x, then we say that the function f is differentiable at x. So whenever this left hand derivative and right hand derivative are equal, we used to say that the function is differentiable at x. Okay, this you have gone through in your previous class. And we have written differentiation of any function f by f dash x. This is sometimes written as dy by dx. You may also write as differentiation of f with respect to x, and this was defined as limit h tends to 0 f of x plus h minus fx by h, and this is known as first principle. Okay, with the help of first principle only, you have differentiated sin x, cos x, tan x, sec x, all the basic formula we have derived by using this first principle. So let us have one question on the basis of first principle to recall your ideas, because you have gone through all these things in your previous class, that is class 11th. So let me have one very simple example. Fx equals to sin x. Okay, so let us differentiate this. So for using first principle, you need f of x plus h minus fx by h. Okay, so fx is the sin x and f of x plus h will be sin of x plus h. Therefore, by first principle, f dash x equals limit h tends to 0 f of x plus h, f of x plus h minus f of x by h. This is limit h tends to 0 f of x plus h means sin of x plus h minus sin x upon h. Okay, now you may use sin c minus sin d over here. This is limit h tends to 0. Sin c minus sin d is 2 cos c plus d. Okay, c is x plus h and d is x. C plus d by 2 sin c minus d by 2, and this whole divided by h. Okay, look at this. This x will be cancelled with minus x. Okay. Now, let us simplify this to find the limit by using first principle. So, this is equal to लिमिट h टेंस टू 0 to cos x plus h by 2 and sin h by 2 divided by h. This is limit h tends to 0 to cos x plus h by 2, and now we can write sin h by 2 upon h. This h we have shifted over here. Let us divide it by 2 and multiply it by 2. Now what about this limit? Whenever h is tending towards 0, this is 1. This 2 gets cancelled with this 2, and put h equals to 0 over here, you will get cos x. So you know the differentiation of sin x with respect to x is cos x. This is how you will be using your first principle. Now let us discuss some problem based on differentiability. So first of all, let us consider example 1. F of x equals mod x, and let us discuss the differentiability of this function at x equal to 0. So if you have to discuss the differentiability of, then you need to write left hand derivative at this very point x equal to 0, and this is limit h tends to 0 f of x minus h minus f of x upon minus h, but this x we have to put as 0. Then this is limit h tends to 0 f of minus h minus f of 0 divided by minus of h. Now the definition of function is fx equals to mod x. So put the definition over here for these values. So this is mod of minus h, then mod of 0 upon minus h. So this is limit h tends to 0. This is h by minus h. So you will get this value as minus 1. The limit is minus 1. So we have got the left hand derivative to be minus 1. Now let us check the right hand derivative of the same function at the same point. Right hand derivative at x equal to 0. Let us write the definition. Limit h tends to 0, then f of x plus h minus fx upon h. Apply the definition. Limit h tends to 0. For the point is 0, so first of all let us put x equal to 0 over here. Then this is f of h minus f of 0 by h. This is limit h tends to 0. Now apply the definition. Mod h minus mod 0 upon h. So simply this is limit h tends to 0. This is h by h, and the limit is 1. So the right hand limit we have got as 1. Left hand limit you have seen this was minus 1. So you may write now, since left hand derivative at x equal to 0 is not equal to right hand derivative at x equal to 0, therefore the function f is not differentiable at x equal to 0. अगर आपका ये इक्वल आ जाता, ऐसे मान लो लेफ्ट हैंड डेरिवेटिव और राइट हैंड डेरिवेटिव अगर ये इक्वल हो जाते तो आप ये बोलते कि फंक्शन डिफरेंशिएबल है, और जो वैल्यू आती वही उसका डेरिवेटिव हो जाता। लेकिन यहाँ पर आपका डिफरेंशिएबल नहीं निकला, तो इसलिए आप इसको बोलेंगे कि यहाँ पर डिफरेंशिएबल नहीं है। चलिए कोई और एग्जांपल लेते हैं डिफरेंशिएबिलिटी का। एक एग्जाम्पल हम ले रहे हैं, एग्जामिन द differentiability. In short, I am writing differentiability like this: differentiability of f of x equals 3x plus 1 whenever x is less than 2 and x plus 5 whenever x is greater than or equal to 2. This is the definition, and we have to discuss the differentiability of this function at x equal to 2. So let us start with left hand derivative. Left hand derivative at x equal to 2. Then as per your definition, you will be writing limit h tends to 0 f of 2 minus h minus f of 2 upon minus h. Now apply the definition. For 2 minus h, the value is less than 2. Then your definition will be this part, 3 times x plus 1. So apply the definition over here. This is 3 times, in place of x you have to use 2 minus h plus 1, and then f2. For f2, this equal part is here in the second part of the definition. So you will be writing x plus 5, that is 2 plus 5, okay, divided by minus h. Now find the limit h tends to 0. Look at this, 3 2 is 6, 6 and 1 7, and here 5 plus 2 7. So 7 gets cancelled with 7. So we are left with minus 3h divided by minus h. H gets cancelled with h and minus gets cancelled with minus. So the limit is 3. So we have got the left hand limit as 3. Is it clear? Left hand limit we have got as 3. Now let us try to find right hand limit of the same function at the same point at x equal to 2. Let us write the definition first. H tends to 0, f of 2 plus h minus f of 2 upon h. Now I apply the definition of the function. Okay, this is 2 plus h, means the value is more than 2. So we have to use that part of definition of the function. For 2 plus h, that is more than 2, you have to use this one, x plus 5. So use this definition. For 2 plus h, it is x plus 5. So this is x plus 5, means in place of x you have to use 2 plus h. So 2 plus h and then plus 5 minus f of 2. Again same definition will be used, x plus 2. So 5 plus 2, that is 7, divided by h. So here you will get h tends to 0, 2 plus 5 and minus 7. 7 minus 7 gets cancelled. So we are left with h by h. So the limit is 1. So once again we are finding left hand limit to be 3, but right hand limit is 1. Therefore the function is not differentiable at x equal to 2. Let us write this. Therefore, since first of all you will write, since LHD at x equal to 2 is not equal to RHD at x equal to 2, therefore the function is not differentiable at x equal to 2. So 2 examples we have taken, but both the 2 examples we have seen that the function is not differentiable. So Let us have some example where the function is differentiable. So example number 3, we can write examine the differentiability of function fx equals 3x minus 7 upon x minus 5, x is not equal to 5. So now you can check the left hand limit and the right hand limit at x equal to 5. Then you will get your result and this function will be differentiable. Okay. So in this particular video, what we have done till now, we have started with recalling the differentiation. What is the meaning of derivative? I told you that if any function y equals to fx is there, which is real valued function, so if we are going to make any elemental change in x, say x is replaced by x plus delta x, I use the term elemental, that is delta x is very small, this is negligible, means tending towards 0. And if y equals to fx, that is y is the function of x and we are changing x, then you will get a change in y also. So that change we have written as delta y. So delta y will be y plus delta y minus y, and in place of y plus delta y we can write f of x plus delta x, and in place of y we can write fx. So now we are going to observe one ratio, that is delta y by delta x, and if this ratio we are going to see with limit delta x tending towards 0, then this limit is known as differentiation of y with respect to x. So this was about the derivative. Then we have recalled left hand derivative at x equal at any point x. This is limit s tending to 0, f of x minus h minus fx by minus h. Then right hand derivative at x. This is s tending towards 0, f of x plus h minus fx by h. And whenever we see that left hand derivative at x equals right hand derivative at x, then we say that the function is f is differentiable at x. Then let us recall what is first principle. F dash x equals dy by dx or df by dx. This is limit s tends to 0, f of x plus h minus fx by h. All these things you have done in class 11th. Okay. Now one question we have taken on the first principle. So let fx equals to sine x, then f of x plus h is sine of x plus h. Then put the values in the formula. F dash x equals limit s tends to 0, f of x plus h minus fx by h. Apply the definition of fx here. Then use sine c minus sine d, you will get this. And then we have find the limit. Okay, the limit is cos x. Therefore the differentiation of sine x is cos x. You may solve other problems also, but right now we have just seen how to use it, because this we have done in class 11th. Okay, one example we have taken, discuss the differentiability of fx equals mod x at x equals 0. So let us write a left hand derivative at 0. The definition is this. Put the value x equal to 0 because the point is 0 over here. Now apply the definition. F of minus h is mod of minus h minus f of 0 is 0. Then again minus h. Okay, mod of minus h will be h. So h by minus h is minus 1. So the limit is minus 1. Similarly, we have calculated right hand limit, and this is very easy for you. Write the definition of right hand derivative, put the values, get the limit as 1. So we have got this idea that left hand derivative is not equal to right hand derivative at x equal to 0. Therefore, this function is not differentiable. So we have taken one more example. I think it should be very clear to you. You go through it, and if you find any problem, then you will ask me in your next class whenever we are going to have our classes on Google Meet. So one problem I have given for you to solve, and this is examine the differentiability of function fx equals 3x minus 7 upon x minus 5 whenever x is not equal to 5 at x equal to 5. You mention this at x equal to 5. You have to tell me whether this function is differentiable at x equal to 5 or not. When will a function be differentiable at x at any point? Whenever you are going to find the left hand derivative, the right hand derivative, and if these two values are existing finitely as well as they are equal, then the function is said to be differentiable. Is it so? So this is all for today. In next class we will see some of the problems, and then we will start differentiation. Okay, have a nice day.